Okay, so Halo was set on a planet called Harvest, but it's not like the moon or anything. It's green to start with. It has water, trees, birds, buildings, deserts, seas, and ice caps. But unlike our ice caps, they're not slowly melting and flooding Bangladesh. Enough about where it is. The game itself is a real-time strategy game, a bit like Age of Empires, where you move units around and send them to kill each other. But unlike Age of Empires, this game is with Halo units, hence the name Halo Wars. So instead of sending around medieval peasants with long pokey sticks to kill each other, you send around Spartans and Marines of much better ways to kill each other. The whole point of the game is basically to destroy your enemy's base. So I'm going to start the review now, and this review is going to be mainly on the online part of the game, because, you know, the campaign is not really what you buy the game for. I mean, you don't buy Call of Duty to play the campaign, you play it to kill noobs online. First of all, I'd like to add that I'm actually the maximum level online, which is general, so I have played a lot, and it is a very good game online. I'm going to start the review with bad points. So, number 1. I would say about 6 or 7 out of 10 times that you join a game that's free versus free online, just like you might join a game of whatever on Call of Duty. Within 2 minutes of starting that game, somebody will leave. This will cause a chain reaction of the rest of the people on his team to leave, and it may result in you getting a victory, but when they're on your team, it's quite annoying, and it's really unnecessary. I think there's an easy way they could overcome this. For example, making you lose XP every time you leave a game. Number 2, the unit selection. Now, if you've made all sorts of different units you want to go send into war and die, let's be honest, you can A, select everything, you can B, select everything on your screen, or you can C, select them individually, or D, select them with a big group selecting tool, which isn't very useful, I have to admit. You can't just, for example, select all of one unit on the map. So if you've got some miles ahead of others and stuff like that, you can't just select all of that sort of unit without selecting another sort of unit, like Marines and Banshees. No, you can't even have them. Marines or Hornets. When I say you can't have Marines and Banshees, you can have Marines and Banshees, you just can't have them together, because the Banshees are Covenant and the Marines are UNSC. That leads me nicely on to my third grudge, Covenant leaders. Now, the Covenant leaders have a stupidly powerful superpower, the most annoying of which is the Prophet. Now, I'm sure if you've played the Halo series of games for the PC or Xbox, then you know who the Prophet is, and for some reason on Halo Wars he can fly, which is quite annoying. So once you've fully upgraded the Prophet, he can just fly to your base and destroy it, and there's not a lot you can do about it. If you're the UNSC, you can put a disruption bomb in, which means he can't use his leader power, which all of the leaders have a leader power of the Covenant, and it's basically just like something that destroys everything, like a massive beam of something, or it's very powerful. And you may be thinking, well, why can't you just put lots of disruption bombs in? Well, you can only put in one disruption bomb about every 5 minutes, which is really, really irritating, because they can have up to 3 leaders, and if you only have one disruption bomb, well, it's not a lot of good, is it? They only last about 30 seconds, and the Covenant can just move. You can't move your disruption bomb, that's impaled in the ground. My fourth grudge is Spartans. Alright, what a lot of people do is they make 3 Spartans, which is the maximum amount of Spartans you can make. Then they make 3 Scorpions, and they fully upgrade the Scorpions, and they fully upgrade the Spartans. They put the Spartans in the Scorpions, and which you can put Spartans in any vehicle, apart from Scarabs and Scarabs and Vultures. They put the Spartans in the vehicle, and then the vehicle has about 12 stars, and each star you have increases the defense and attack by 15%. So they've effectively got like they can have up to about four scorpions, these tanks in one, and they're so hard to kill. They can destroy armies. They're really hard to kill. You can have 3 of them. That's effectively about 12 tanks, which is insane. That's an army of tanks. You can only have up to 13 tanks. And if you have 12 tanks, where you'd normally just have 3 tanks, that's a massive boost. I mean, you can have an army of tanks and an army of something else. It's stupid how powerful they are. Okay, but now let me get on to the good points. Now I've had a good moan. The game itself is really, really good. It's got good graphics, it's got good gameplay overall, minus those things I just told you about. It's got a good unit balance. For example, Marines, like infantry, take down air most of the time, because you can get super units. Vehicles take down infantry, and air take down vehicles. And it's got a good balance, so vehicles can take down air, for example, if you have Wolverines, and infantry can take down air, for example, if you have Spartans, or ODSTs occasionally. I'm not really sure, I haven't really tested it out, but you know, there is a very good unit balance there. They've taken that into account and they've thought about it all, so they can get a good balance. Oh, a couple more moans I just thought about. There's quite a low... No, that's not a moan. Just one more moan I thought about in that case. The bases. Okay, I'll explain a bit more about the bases. You can only have a certain amount of bases. For example, there are 8 base slots on a map, and you start with 1, so there are 6 more base slots on the map. Just for example. And so you can't make any more base slots. You can only take the ones that are already there. So it would be nice to be able to build your own bases, and you don't have to compete with your friends, because, well, you call them friends. I was on a match the other day, and there were 7 bases, and I was playing with 2 other people on my team, and they took 3 bases each, leaving me with only my main 1 base, which I wasn't very happy about at all, but we still won, and that was a match I got General in, so I wasn't too annoyed. General is the max rank, by the way. But on these bases that there's a limited supply on, you can only have a certain amount of like building spaces. So a certain amount of resource gatherers and unit builders and things like that. And that might be a good thing or it might be a bad thing. I'm not really sure, but I would probably prefer to be able to build my own bases. So, at the start of an online match, you'd start building up your base, and eventually you'd get troops and things like that, and you should be ready to attack or defend at about 20 minutes, but you sometimes do get rushes which ruin my day. But it's fun when you destroy them, so that's good. But that doesn't often happen, I'll be honest. If rushes have driven you insane, or you don't like building up, then you can alternatively go into deathmatch mode. In deathmatch mode, you start off with about 20 grand or something like that. You can build a lot of men with it. In a normal game, you'd probably gather about 50,000 resources, and then you start off with 20 in deathmatch, and you can still gather more. But that's for people that just like playing like straight away. You get straight into the action. You might start attacking at about 5 minutes, compared to about 20 minutes in a normal game. Not even that, 30 minutes maybe. So the deathmatch mode is a good alternative to that. And you also, the more bases you have, the more population you have. So you can effectively strangle your opposition by getting all the bases on the map before they can. Overall, this is one of my favourite games for the Xbox. I have played it a lot, and I bought it off eBay actually about 3 months after it came out. I probably wish I pre-ordered it now. It was really good, but it's even better if you have some friends to play online with, because then, you know, you can go into a sort of little clan matches, because you can get 3v3 where there's 3 of your friends, and then you go up against 3 other people that are all together, or you can alternatively do 2v2 or 1v1. I'm going to give this game a 5 out of 5 stars. Because it is definitely one of my favourite games. It's not really got enough recognition, really. I mean, lots of people don't really like sitting up there in this spaceship sending all these men to their death. But I think it's a good spin-off from the original Halo games where you're on the ground. I mean, now you get a chance to be up in the Spirit of Fire and you're controlling all your men around the screen, and that's quite good. I like that. I've always liked the Age of Empires games as well, so I want more of these games to come to the Xbox. I think Robot Entertainment are working on some now, but their latest game is just for the PC, so I'm not going to get that. I hope in the future they do make more of these games. I think there's talk of a sequel to the Halo Wars, but I'm not sure if that will happen, because Halo Wars for some reason hasn't been very popular, although I think it definitely deserves more recognition. Even if you're not really into these sort of games, you really can get into it. It's very addictive. Once you're destroying someone's base with your scarab. And yeah. So it's a really good game, and if you like Age of Empires and you've just got an Xbox or something, because I know this game came out a while ago and I'm doing the review about 1.5 years late, but if you're watching this and you haven't got it and you liked Age of Empires, then I think you should definitely check this out. Have a look at some more reviews, have a look at the trailers for it, see if you like it. It's definitely a very good game, and there's still quite a lot of people that play online as well.